Hello wonderful people, today is another day to nerd around about pigments and I hope you're ready for it. We're going to look into PB35, Cobalt Azure or Cerulean Blue, depending on the brand. This pigment has different names. The one I'm using in the video is the one from White Nights that I didn't use in a long time and felt like it's a great opportunity to use it for another pigment exploration. As always, I start with swatches first. I like to have a representation of how a color behaves before I go on to explore it further. But honestly, I'm still experimenting with the best way for myself to get the most info I can from just one double page of swatches and tests. But I also enjoyed the monochromatic pieces, so I went on and painted another one of a cute kitty, which you can see grow in this video. When swatching already, I fell in love with the granulation. PB35 is one that I have in several palettes and have been using before for cool highlights in dark fur. The middle blue, neither too cool nor too warm for in my opinion, makes the perfect reflection of black fur. It also gives white fur a beautiful soft shadow without warming it up too much. I used it for skies and eyes as well. So it really was time to give this pigment some more attention. On black it shows that it's pretty opaque in mass tone, although it's labeled as semi-opaque. In a wash it's true, as colors become more transparent when they're diluted with water. It has great light fastness and is non-staining. This is also true for many granulating pigments and wasn't a surprise for me. For the mixes I wanted to explore it with a neutral. As I often mix blue and brown for grey, I went with PBR6 Mars Brown to accompany this one. It creates a rather greenish leaning brown with heavy granulation. Cobalt Azure is quickly overpowered by this pigment due to the low tinting strength. This also shows in the other mixes. One that stood out to me personally was PO20 Cadmium Orange. The mixes create a wonderful brown to warmish grey and I used it even for one of the smaller paintings on the side to explore this mix further. With a cool yellow like PY3 or PY1, it created a gorgeous lime green for fresh leaves and sunlit foliages with a heavy texture. Those were really beautiful and I love that mix a lot. With a cool red like PR122, I received the most beautiful soft lavender color and a range of beautiful purples with blue granulation and a pink halo. It's another mix I used for a little painting to explore it further and its possibilities. All the two color paintings showed me that it's difficult to receive darks with a mix of PB35. The value range stayed pretty narrow and in a real painting I would need to add colors to enhance it and go further. Even with PR122, I had to use it on its own for the darkest areas. With PO20, the mix actually appeared darker than both colors on its own, still far away from anything I'd call it dark. The fourth little painting was created in combination with PBR6. It too has a heavy granulation which shows even on cold pressed paper. The separation actually looks almost black in the bigger swatch. I used it on its own for the darkest areas of the mountain painting and loved the texture of both pigments. I'm glad to have looked into it because I feel it's a great additional color in bigger palettes, giving the joy of texture. In small palettes I would miss the value range for affecting the mixes a lot. It's still a gorgeous hue on its own and I love how the monochromatic kitty turned out. As for the pigment exploration group, I'll go on thinking about best ways to explore pigments. I like the monochromatic pieces a lot. They feel like a big swatch where I can see how the pigment behaves with different techniques, all on its own without the support of other pigments. And I really love the look of them in the end. My heart is sold on those monochromatic kitties. I share my thoughts on this on Discord, where the pigment exploration group nerds out. You're welcome to join and explore pigments with us. I have also started posting all the scans of the series on Patreon, so you can explore those in peace and the time you need to. Support of this channel and the watercolor database on colors.com is greatly appreciated. But I'm also very curious. What is the pigment you can't live without and that has to go into your palette? Is it a common one? Or one that is rare to find in collections? Let me know in the comments. Which pigment do you think I should explore next? Have a great and creative day, everyone. And I hope to see you soon. Bye. Also a little addendum. I feel, since I've been listening to many Victorian era audiobooks and literature, that it influenced the way I speak a little. And it's fun. I hope you don't mind that. And wish you a wonderful day. Bye. You're awesome.